Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Trust and Believe. I'm your host, Shaun T, and today I am really, I don't know if excited is the right word or if I'm just so passionate about what I want to talk to you about. And I know that this is going to help so many of you out there who have, you've been trying to lose weight for a really long time, or maybe you are struggling with maintaining your weight or sustaining your results. And I believe that 90% of you have done what I've done in the past to halt my progress in terms of my weight loss, or put me on a path to being a yo-yo dieter. And some of you are going to find this to be very interesting, and you'll probably be nodding your head along the way. What I do believe is that by the end of this episode, you will have found something internally that will help you commit a little bit more. If, and only if, you really think deeply about what I'm talking about, and most of all, if you can be really honest in the conversation you're going to have with yourself as I speak with you today. So, I want you to grab a pen and a pad. I always say that because for me, writing things down is just a great way for me to remember. For instance, when I go on the tennis court, if I don't take a pen and a pad, or if I don't write tips in my notes on my phone before the practice is done, I lose it and I don't study it. And so sometimes with weight loss, you have to treat it like an academic course. And in order to have sustainable results, you have to graduate by taking notes on the things that work for you. Get ready to trust and believe.
Somebody say hell yeah!
No.
What's up? He's better than Oprah. Come on, y'all.
This is Shaun T, and it's time to trust and believe. All right, everybody, I'm back with Trust and Believe, and I want to create a free space for you today. That is what's most important. I want to create a free space for you today because I want you right now to eliminate any pressure you've ever had in terms of sustaining your weight. And the reason why I took that pause and I took my drink of my coffee is because that is a really tough thing for all of us to do. Even the most ripped, shredded person that has the least amount of body fat, I can tell you right now, because I've spoken to just about all types of people, that no matter, and I talked about this in a previous episode, but no matter if you have a lot of weight to lose or you're super, super ripped, you wake up in the morning thinking about what it is that you have to do, either to sustain that look or to get rid of that look and to try and look better, right? But I think that's the thing. We're all trying to look better. Where it gets tricky is with what we put in our mouth. Let's just call a spade a spade. It gets tricky with what we put in our mouth. And every single one of you out there, I'm going to say 90%, because, there could be some perfect people. But every single one of us, almost every single one of us out there has been in a situation where we've gotten some either great results or some moderate results, and then food came into play. And when the food came into play, it wasn't the food that controlled us. It was our mind that just started going left and right. Your mind goes haywire. Even for those people out there who say, I love going to restaurants, I work out, I love going to restaurants, I love eating pasta, I love eating pizza, or I love eating French fries, I don't care who you are. You still, for the most part, either before, during, or sometime after that meal, think about what it is that you ate and how it's going to affect the way you look in terms of your weight loss. Give me an amen if you've been there. Amen. I'm saying amen to myself. And the reason why we do that is because we haven't been able, and this is where it gets a little interesting. We truly haven't been able to commit to one thing. The people out there who wake up in the morning who are not super stressed, for these small percentage of people, you know, one of the things that I can promise you what they do is they wake up, they have the drink, they have the shake, they have their stretch, they have their workout, and they have this regimented routine, and they probably really enjoy it. However, even that person, like I said, is thinking about, how am I going to sustain this? That person just has a way to reconnect with themselves and reset every single day to continue the journey, but they're still thinking about it. But for a lot of us out there, and I put myself with y'all, because I'm not perfect, right? I think the reason why I'm so passionate and good at fitness is because I think what you're thinking, I verbalize what you're thinking while you're working out or while you listen to my podcast, and I actually am talking through what I talk about and think about in my own brain. And so that's what I want you to know. I know that before you eat the French fries or the pizza, whether it's a fun night, a party or not, you're thinking about, shit, should I eat this? Okay, I'm going to eat this. I'm going to have fun. Okay, I just ate that. Okay, I'll work out later. Okay, I'm finished eating that. It's 20 minutes later. I'm home from the party. I got to think about how I need to work that off. And you have this conversation in your head. For instance, I was just home. My boys are so sweet. They go to their grandparents for preschool. It's right next door. They call it preschool. And today at preschool, they made cupcakes and they ice in them, and it was amazing. So we had cupcakes. And today is not a day that I plan to have cupcakes. So even when Silas was walking over to me with the cupcake bin, he's like, Papa, we made you cupcakes. And I'm so excited. And even in my head, I'm like, shit, should I eat this cupcake? Because I got to do a second workout. And I even say it in the video. I was like, okay, I can do a second workout. It's okay, I can eat this because I'm doing a second workout today. And in that moment, I said, I literally need to think about the fact that my kids made this cupcake, and I'm always thinking about donuts. This cupcake, and they're so happy. And I need to not let the cupcake have control over my mood while I'm having this amazing experience. And I need to be present, and I need to say, okay, cool. I had the opportunity to say, hey, no, guys, Papa's going to go work out. But I was like, why am I going to do that? The only reason why I would say no is because the cupcake had control. If I had a stomach ache and I was like, I need to work out, I would have been like, guys, I have a stomach ache, I need to go, right? So that's how I manage that situation. And I'm just sharing that with you so you know that me too. I have major control over what I eat. I'm completely fine, but I still think about these things as well. Now I want to get into the meat of the show, which I think is going to help. I'm not sure if you've ever heard of this before, but I have trained thousands of people live and virtually. And if I went down the line and I asked each and every person, what are you doing for your nutrition and your weight loss? Every single person will have some sort of different recipe, right? They'll have a different recipe. They might all be doing insanity, but they eat a different way. And even if they're eating in the same type of program, they eat different things each and every day. Some of them make a shake with a banana. Some of them make it with blueberries. Some people make it with water. Some people add some extra protein. Some people don't. Every single person, every single one of you out there has a different recipe for your weight loss solution. Every single one of you, right? And that is the biggest issue, in my opinion, in the fitness industry and the nutrition industry. Let me fix that. That is what I feel to be one of the biggest hurdles in the nutrition industry. Not the nutritionist, not the programs, right? It's not the nutritionist and it's not the programs. It's what's available to us that gets us in this, I'm going to use this, mind fuck, right? So think about it. There's intermittent fasting, there's time nutrition, there's, you guys, you use the containers. Some people do 2B mindset. These are just some of the Beachbody program. Even in Insanity, there's the Elite Nutrition Plan. There's Asylum has a program prior to Beachbody's nutrition program that they developed as a umbrella. Each and every program had their different nutrition program. Hip Hop Abs had a fast food guide called Results on the Run. Rock and Body had a weekend guide. There was the Atkins diet. There's a bunch of diets. And you know what? I call that the weight loss buffet. And here's where we all make a mistake when it comes to the weight loss buffet. Come with me here. Imagine yourself walking into a buffet restaurant and you walk inside and you hear people talking in the background. If there's this festive thing that's happening because once you get down that aisle, because if you go into the if you go into the buffet, there's a line first, and there's a line and then there's the wall there. It's like kind of like that plexiglass, so you really can't see the people that's eating, but when you get up there and sometimes they have the cash register first, you're going to look down and you're going to see all of the food and you're going to be like, oh my gosh, this is so amazing, right? And then you get up there and you pay and you're looking and then you start going down the buffet. And the first thing that they always have, and most of the ones I've been to, most of the buffets I've been to, they always have the salads first, right? It's like the salads, the tomatoes, the cucumbers, the chickpeas, the sunflower seeds, the carrots, the peppers. They have this, oh my gosh, and then they have the fruit. They have all like the green, the healthy, the good stuff, right? So you get your first little plate and you're like, oh, I'm going to eat healthy today. Yeah, I'm going to eat healthy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm at the buffet, but I'm still going to control my eating or whatever. So then you get your little plate and you go sit down. Everybody sit down, and you looking at other people's plates while you going to your table. And some people are, looking at you and you're like, oh, I got my little salad. And you sit there. And then that first person, if you go with somebody, that first person gets up like, oh, did you see that sweet potato down there? And like, those biscuits and that gravy. Yeah, I'm gonna go get one of those. Yeah, I'm gonna go get one of those. And then you go over and you get one. And you come back and you try to put a little bit on your plate because you don't want to some people don't give a fuck. They like, I'm piling it on. But some of us, I'm gonna put a little piece on. Put a little piece on, I'm gonna come back to my table, let people think that I have portion control. You know what I'm saying? I'm fit. Let me, and then you go back up and you're like, oh, did you see that? Oh, I didn't see that. Those French fries are actually really good. Oh, cool. And next to the French fries, they do have some collard greens over there. And let me go get some of that. Oh, they got, so you start picking out all the stuff. You go back to your table. You're full now. But then you're like, well, I really want to taste that over there. I don't know what that is, but let's say it's pork chops. You're like, and it's more gravy. You're like, oh, I want to have some pork chops. That looks good. But it's just because I want to taste it, right? It's not that I'm not hungry anymore, but I want to taste it. And then you come back to your table. You're like, oh my gosh, like this is so good. I'm so excited, blah, blah, blah. Then there's like, I hope y'all know what I'm talking about because I'm from the hood and these are the kind of buffets we have, right? So then there's like the dessert. And then they have the custard thing that you can pull down, the custard dessert or whatever, the soft serve. And then they got those little cheesecakes and all of their desserts. Most of these places don't have the big cuts. They have like these small cuts. And you're like, it's small. Let me taste it. Let me make my ice cream and let me put my little chocolate, swirl or my chocolate fudge and my caramel, whatever on there. Right? And you finish this food and you feel stuffed. You're like, oh my God, you leave the restaurant, you're like, right? That happens. Some of y'all know you could do that in a restaurant that's not a buffet, but most of the time it happens at a buffet because you go to enjoy and you battle with this, like, should I eat or should I not? And the should I eat always wins. Here's the thing. We all, most of us, do the same thing with nutrition programs. We say, I'm going to try intermittent fasting. I'm going to try time nutrition. Or for me, it was, I'm going to try to eat 6 meals a day here. Then I'm going to try 2B mindset. Then I'm going to try the containers. Then I'm going to try the Atkins diet. Then I'm going to try keto. And what happens is you do something, you get some results, but you're like, oh yeah, I'm going to try that over there. You go to keto. Oh no, let me go try intermittent fasting. Oh, I'm going to do that. I'm going to try that. Oh, let me go try 2B mindset. You are hopping around the weight loss nutrition buffet. And some people might be like, so why is that an issue? Like, you know, so what? Like, I'm trying different nutrition weight loss programs. The problem is you're not committing. You're not committing to the one thing that works. Now, if you try keto and it doesn't work, right? You're like, I don't feel good, or I'm not losing weight, or I'm not enjoying this. Then you move to the next one, right? This is a reason to go because you're like, this isn't working. So I'm going to go try intermittent fasting. Oh, wow, this works for me. The next mistake happens is like, oh, it's been working, it's working. But, oh, my girlfriend over there, like she does she does Atkins diet. Don't do that. Just saying it, right? Oh, let me go try that. Intermittent fasting was working just fine for you, but you're going to go try that. And what happens when you continue to try that and you're continuing to try that and you're continuing to try that is, one, you get bored, and two, you're not committing. And then my next thing and my next question to you is, you have to ask yourself, what is most important when you walk into this weight loss buffet? Is it your overall health, or is it that you want to constantly chase the weight loss number? Now, I'm not one to tell you what's right or wrong, but I'm going to tell you that the feeling, and I've said this plenty of times, what feels really good for you, right? Does this feel good in terms of what you're eating? Does this make you feel mad, unsuccessful, hungry, right? If it's making you feel mad, unsuccessful, and hungry, stop doing it. Don't just do it because the person over there is doing it. In the same breath, don't do something that really works and then say, oh, well, my friend over there is getting really great results, so I'm going to go try that instead. You have to learn to stay committed to what's working for you 360 degrees. Most of us out there are not committed to that one thing that's really helping us out. This is not a plug for intermittent fasting because I don't care if you do it or not. But for me, over the last year of doing intermittent fasting, I have had less bloating, less hunger pains, less headaches, and I've been more pleasant to be around in the evening. I literally have no problem finishing eating at 6:48 and eating again the next day at 11 a.m. And it all comes down to commitment. Because I easily could be like, the way I got to 4.1% body fat was to eat 6 meals a day. I totally could have did that. I could have did that again. But I could have been like, I'm spending more money, I'm trying to cook more food, I'm trying to rush to eat between my workouts. My stomach never feels like settled because I'm constantly eating and eating. But you might be like, yo, my meals are small, I feel good, I'm eating 5 or 6 meals a day, and it's great, right? But that's you. And there are a lot of people out there. There are a lot of people out there that say, you should be doing this, you should be doing this, you should be doing this. Well, everyone can make a case for what you should be doing. But the most important lawyer in that courtroom who's making the case is you. You need to make the case for yourself and stick to it and stay committed to it. Now, instead of walking into a buffet and trying all of these different nutrition plans, go into different restaurants. Say, I'm going to go to this restaurant and I'm going to see if this works for me. If this particular restaurant is making you feel amazing, you leave with no headache, you're not bloated later that night, you wake up the next day with tons and tons of energy, stay at the restaurant of keto. If you are going to another restaurant and you're like, oh my God, every single time, every day is a struggle, I'm still hungry, this, that, and the third, don't go to that restaurant anymore. But don't go to a buffet. Don't go to a weight loss buffet. Because the weight loss buffet is going to confuse you. You're going to be going up and you're going to be trying different things. And what's going to happen is, where in a real life buffet, you're going to be stuffed, you're going to be full, and you're going to be leaving the restaurant, leaving the buffet, questioning what it is that you should be doing. Going to a restaurant, changing this up, that's not a buffet, is you literally saying, okay, this is good, this works, I'm going to stick here, this is where I'm going to put my time and effort. And act like you own the restaurant. Act like you are the manager, so that it's something you care about. And I said this earlier, but we really need to stop. Like, I don't need to look at Sam or Chip or Scott or Alex or my friend Mandy or whomever to be like, oh, I should be doing that. Oh, she lost weight, I should be doing that. She has a different body than me. He has a different set of parents than me. She has a different mindset than me. He has a different lifestyle than me. I have kids. Maybe they don't. There are a lot of factors that go into what is going to work for you. From the amount that you sleep, the amount that you exercise, the amount of time you work each and every day. Now, there will be people that listen to the podcast that's going to be like, no, this is proven to work. This is science. And I like, okay, I get it. I understand. But at the end of the day, it is my job to tell you to pick the healthiest things that you could possibly eat to eat. I'm a big believer in 85% healthy, 15% fun. And even the biggest preachers are, I promise you, they're eating a donut or drinking a glass of wine. Choosing the best, obviously. But I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to help motivate you into committing to what it is that you're going to do that's going to help you. And that way, you can, most of the time, I don't have those thoughts that I had when Silas and Sandra gave me the cupcake. Most of the time, I don't have those thoughts. But sometimes they creep in. But let's try and get to a place where you can go to a party, you can eat the cake, and you're less worried about, oh my God, am I going to burn that off? And you're more like, I am so happy I get to enjoy this party. I am so happy I get to be present in the moment and not worried about what I'm going to have to do tomorrow to burn this off. Because when you have a really great solution for yourself, you can always turn to that solution. When you don't have a great solution for yourself, because you've been unable to commit to the thing or find the thing that's working, you're going to re-enter the buffet. And you're going to be stuffed. And when you get stuffed in the stomach, you get stuffed in the mind. And you can't think clearly. So go into a restaurant, choose one thing, see if it works, give it time. If it does, and you love it, stick to it. If you don't like it, it's making you stressed, move on. Find your own calculation for your body. Don't let anyone or anything bully you into doing something that you don't want to do. I say, challenge yourself in the best way that you know how. Focus on the good. Focus on the feeling. Focus on commitment and longevity and sustainability. And that's how you find your solution. Thank you for listening. My name is Shaun T. I'll see you next week. Thank you for listening. Please leave a review for my podcast. I'm so excited that you take time to listen every week, and please share it on social media. And thank you for everyone who's been sharing. The fact that you've been listening, I love just your reflection on how the podcast inspires you. I love reading about it, and I love reposting it. So please tag me on Instagram at Shaun T. And I really hope that you no longer have to go to the buffet and you find a solution that works for you. Always trust and believe in who you are, like I trust and believe in you.